Alright, let's get right down to it. We got another Starcraft 2 cast, and this time it's between Liquid, Clem, and Serral. Serral, obviously the GOAT of Starcraft 2, the GOAT of Zerg. We got an early hatch coming out. We got a wall on the upper ground up here, which is a little more conservative than we saw in the last replay where they walled down here. This is going to look like an early CC. That's very good. We got one gas here, and we got one gas here for the Zerg. So, obviously Zerg is going to have speed pretty quickly, which is going to be very useful. And we got our little scout coming across. Wonder how you follow. Oh, and we already get our third base coming down here soon. Not quite enough minerals yet, but he's hiding him back here. And he's looking. Clem's looking over here. He expects that he'll take this triangle base, but it looks like Serral will be taking the base up there, up north. Factory coming down. Soon we'll see what attachments they're going to be adding. Speed already started. Wonderful. And here we go. Third base. Ooh. Waiting on the minerals. Coming down. Oh, no, he spent. Okay, but it's coming down. We got a little Reaper harass here. The Queen comes out. Oh, he must have saved that. Very nice. I don't know how to just follow like a unit. Okay, we got a reactor coming down. I guess he's gonna go reactor Hellions, and he's already got his CC on the way. That's super great. It means it's gonna be a little less aggressive of a build. Makes sense. These Hellions are gonna be to add some pressure, but it's not like an all-in or anything. Nothing even close to that. And adding the starport, probably gonna switch this off after he makes a couple extra rounds of Hellions. And he's gonna have extra medevacs instead. Creep tumor going on here, starting the creep spread. Zerg, one of these days is gonna, you know, oh, and only one on gas. I think that makes sense. You know, no need to be in the loads of gas. He's just gonna eventually start his lair up with that gas. But for now, he can just focus on his economy, building extra queens, spreading the creep. Gonna try and connect these bases. And we've got the first Hellion coming across the map. Oh, and we've got a Banshee. I didn't even see this coming up. Banshee coming up. So, Zerg, a lot of times they start their, and Cloak as well. So a lot of times Zerg starts their, Spore Callers around 4 minutes or so. But we'll have to see what Serral does exactly. So far, not getting anything done, but I mean, that kind of makes sense. It's not like this is like an aggressive attack or anything. This is just standard stuff while he gets his CC ready. Now he's switching it out. Maybe he's gonna, what's he gonna put there? A barracks. Oh, I see. Ah, and the Zerg scout coming in just to see what's going on. And here's that Banshee coming across, along with some Hellions. Layers on the way. Perfect. Soon we'll see what kind of tech Serral decides to go for. Looks like this guy got sent away. He should have cloak soon. Soon he'll have cloak. Spore crawlers. Ooh, spore crawler only in one base. Okay, in 2 bases. Ah, just on the edges. That makes sense. Serral doing a great job keeping himself safe. Liquid Clem, obviously unfazed by that. It would be nice to get some damage in, but not particularly important because he's got his own expansion coming out, so he feels totally fine. Bailey Nest on the way, and a Spire. That's our first piece of tech. Where is it? Right here behind the natural. Spire on the way. So, is that another Bailey Nest? Was that a mistake? Is that meant to be like an Evo or just a, I'm not sure. Okay, we got siege tanks. Good. So we're just looking at like, I guess regular bio, and now we're gonna have the medevacs coming out with that, and the extra barracks coming on. So this is going to end up being a pretty sizable attack, I'm assuming. Timing attack as soon as these 1-1s finish. He'll have some medevacs, he'll have stem, he'll have some siege tanks, and then he'll roll up and try and kill one of these bases. And I think that might be... Are we going to see mutas, you know? A little bit harass. Killing any queen is good. Those guys are expensive and they're super important. And at the same time, clearing out this creep. That's going to make this push over here with his siege tanks and stuff. Getting that last one, super important, super good. Queens, get right back to it. Planted it back down, and we got another expansion coming down. Okay. Workers, a little better for Serral, but that makes sense. And here we go. Here's our first little real push, I think. It's not like, again, it's not an all-in or anything. It's but it's definitely going to be quite strong because 1-1's going to be finishing up. He's going to have these medevacs. They're just going to make the Marines so good. Stim pack. It's just a lot of things lining up at once. There they are, mutas. Here comes this push. Oh, that's actually so rough. The mutas made that so good, actually. Mutas, if you didn't know this, they kind of suck against Marines, but medevacs can't do anything against mutas. Mutas just jump on the medevacs. You can't pick up the Marines, and there's only 2 siege tanks. It was not nearly enough. Serral, untouched in the early game, just felt completely safe building into mutas and used them defensively, and it worked amazingly. Didn't even need any like nice baneling hits or anything like that. Great job there by Serral. And he's just got another army. This is the Terran machine. You know, it's nice that we see that, but it's a Terran machine, and they're just going to keep pumping out more and more units. 1-1 on the way for Zerg. That's melee and carapace. Now we're going to see if these mutas can do anything. Tempo's switched a little bit into the Zerg's favor. Most definitely. Serral has mined up to a good amount of... he's added on to a good amount of 80 workers. He feels super satisfied with his worker count. Maybe he could add on a little more like eventually, but I mean he can just go mutas and keep expanding. And I mean really this is now Clem's game to show that he's got something up his sleeve to make something happen, because this is a solid spot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for Serral. He's worked up to that. He's worked up to max economy. Clem is on 2 bases, and he's got really nothing. 3 bases. Did I say 2? Oh, he's got this massive parade march coming out here. He's gonna see if he can make anything happen. This time you're gonna need banelings. There is a lot of gas. Oh, but there's a counterattack up here. Serral says, you may be trying to attack over there, but I'm going to go into your main. I'm going to hit onto your bases, and we're just going to little base race. And that is scary. That is scary. It's very good. Zerg's got more bases, but this is rough because this army is just going to be able to kill any... There's banelings if they can get some good hits. If it comes down to it, this army will be stronger if they completely just trade bases. So Serral is going to need to make something happen here, or to at least prevent him from killing all his bases, and it looks like that's happening. Clem decided to go home, keeping this little army here, pressuring, but then Clem going home because Serral, with his mutalisks and his... Oh, they're just totally destroying everything. 27 workers for Clem. This is, I mean, that's just kind of like a bit of a death blow. Like, it's pretty hard to come back from that because Serral was not eliminated. He was not, you know, torn down. You know, they both punched each other, but Serral got the real hit. He really hit him right on the jaw, knocked him out, and the economy is just in the dumps. This is really the only mining base. He's down to 1 mining base. It's not going to be very easy to work that up. They're equal army, but Serral has all these extra bases, and so this is going to be very tough. He's going to have to make somehow a very good fight, but I think Serral could just do the same exact thing again. He could just keep bugging him the whole time. He can get into his base anytime he wants, and with that being the case, it's just going to be, he's going to have to pull some magic out of his hat if Clem wants to make this happen. Trying to intercept these, maybe? I'm not super sure. Oh, there's even this! Ooh, it looks like just one muta? I'm not super sure. Wasn't nearly as good as we thought. I'm not super sure why. And then 2-2 is going to finish here soon for Serral, and this attack just isn't going to do anything. The reserve army is strong enough to deal with this on its own, regardless of mutas. I mean, just look at this Zerg Swarm rolling in. Decent engagement for Clem, though. Did kind of work out, but here we have this creep you're going to have to push onto this. And so Clem really needs to make something happen to make this work. Getting his economy running up again, that's very good. I think Clem definitely just feels like he's all in because of the economy differential in this case. And so I think, kind of considering that he's all in, feeling all in, I think that completely makes sense that he's just going for this push. But Serral taking out a siege tank, and what other siege materials does Clem have at this point? Just some marines, but even off creep, yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, that was pretty good. Those are pretty good mines, but this is all he's got. Oh, but an attack down here. I didn't even notice this. At the same exact time, Clem comes out, shows another attack, shows kind of what he's made of. Makes some work, get some work done, but that's just one expansion. Wasn't even mining. We can see the worker differential. It has closed a little bit for Clem. Nice job. Army differential still mostly equal. And these guys, can they get away? Yeah, they can. Look at all those mines. Nice job, Clem. He is fighting from the back foot, but he is, I mean, this is why he's a professional player, because he just doesn't, you know, for me, obviously I wouldn't have lasted any of this. I just would have been taken out instantly by Serral, but if I was in that position and I had his skills, I wouldn't have had the wherewithal to stand through this like he has. And, ooh, just a few little mines there going down. Nice micro by Serral. Look at that. And the creep spread is a little bit demure right now. It's gotten a little bit chopped up, and that's great by Clem. And Clem coming right here again, coming to attack on this main hatch at the north. I really wonder what what other tech we might be adding on for Serral, but it's hard to tell right now. I'm not sure what the hotkey is. Here we go, some banelings and some splits. Pretty nice splits, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Serral just has way too much, took the lead, didn't take any damage in the early game, and he just ran with it. And it all came down to that one final, trade, a base race in the mid game, and it just came out ahead for Serral. He just did way too much damage there, and Clem really tried to claw it back, but could not quite make it happen. And that's another great game from two amazing professionals. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.